Hello everyone, Probex from TBS Gaming here, bringing you a Let's Play of Penumbra Overture. We're gonna start a new game here, start on normal. My story began in February, year 2000.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Excuse me. Premise of our story. Finally, we're almost docked. I'd better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I could still pick up things using left mouse, and I could take a closer look at things using right mouse. So, as far as game mechanics go, this is very similar to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, because this is the game prior to Amnesia, which started this whole pick-up interactive stuff. Always good to have a notebook to jot down interesting information and reminders. Yes. So, gotta grab the torch. The flashlight switches on and off via the inventory, or hopefully with the shortcut key. Now, where's that emergency glow stick? Should still be in the locker. Key's in my inventory. So, tab for inventory. Key. Glow stick. Could come in handy if the torch runs out of batteries. I should be able to access it through my inventory here with the shortcut key. That should be everything. Grab the batteries. Throw the can of soup. Throw the other can of soup. Mess with the light. Let's see, there's a note here. Yes. Move chair. For this series, I'm not going to read notes aloud because it would take a substantial amount of time. So if you would like to read the notes, just go ahead and pause the video. Okay. Some notes I will have to read because they'll have interesting things. Let's see, Playboy poster. It's nice some things don't change no matter how far you are from home. Great. My game looks a little too bright. I'm gonna... graphics, advance... No... Game, maybe? I'm gonna try to make it a little darker. Huh. Is there really no brightness settings? Alright, well, suppose I'll deal with that later then. Onward! Not gonna read that either. So cold. Don't know where I am. Need shelter soon. Oh boy. It's so nice of them to just leave me in a blizzard. Rock. Ow. You throw like a girl, Phillip. Be a man. Break it. Break it. Ah. Open it. Is it open? Yay! You know you're gonna have a good day when you start hearing voices in your head. Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived, although looking around, maybe I didn't. Where am I? Alrighty, grabbing some useful things. Found a flare, steel rod. Another flare here. Another flare. A hammer. Yeah, you can go ahead and read up on that. Just tell me how to use the hammer. Empty boxes of ammunition. What is this place? That is a good question, Phillip, that we will never know the answer to. Until later. Ha. 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 There we are. Into the holes. Nope, don't go that way. Go this way. Okay, maybe don't go that way. Ah, here we are. Great. Sounds like fun. Move this out of the way. We can come back in here if we wanted to. Which we really don't want to. Well, only because it doesn't have anything of real value for us. Turn this all the way. Now we can go down here where the big scary noise came from. Jot down a note, just in case. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. Yep, there's the stealth mechanics, crouching, and if you stand still long enough, you'll be hidden. So, I could use the hammer to attack, but that doesn't exactly do me any justice, because the hammer doesn't do much. Alright, enough of that. What's this? The office. Don't mind if I do. See what we got going on here. It's locked. Flower. Open some drawers, see if there's anything useful. Ooh, what's this? Beef jerky. Yummy. Painkillers? Ah. Nothing. Nothing. So, flashlight. Which doesn't do us much good right now because our game is so bright. I'll fix that in the future. That way I get the full spooky experience. And nothing. Get out of here. You're useless to me. Ooh. Alright then. Hello? Backstream. Ooh. More notes. Alright. Another note. Good old-fashioned atmospheric music. Got a key that I can only assume goes to the chest. Get out of my way, chair. Ooh, batteries. Don't mind if I do. Alright, there's a save station here. Let's use the key on this here. Open that. Big book of explosives. Alright, this will help us in the future. Rotten wooden shelves. Must be the added moisture from the grate. This whole room is petrifying. Light! It's too bright for me. Here we meet our first danger. There it is. If I stare at it for too long, I'll reveal my location. Like, I'll go bonkers insane. So, unlike Amnesia, we don't have a sanity meter. We have a flashlight and health status. However, if we stare at an enemy for too long, we kind of go insane. Alright, we're just gonna go this way, completely avoid Mr. Zombie Dog. Hope I'm not running right into him. Because that would be bad for business. Storage room. Whoop. I thought I heard something behind me. Ugh. Really sounds like it's right behind me. Let's go to the storage room. What's this? Lots of paper boxes. Can I say paper boxes? Ah, paper boxes with rusty nails. Couldn't say cardboard. It's a lighter. Hello? Almost sounds like he's choking on something. It's locked. So it's this way. Go ahead and close this door. Just so we feel a little safer. Move box. You are impeding my progress. Which way does this open? I think the box is still on it, kinda. Move box. Oh wait, this opens? Oh, it does. Ha. Ha. I'll move the box over here then. Okay. More pain pills. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we're not gonna save just yet. Get out of my head, voices. Ooh. Christ, is that a spider? I don't like spiders. Neither do I, Phil. It is a completely rational fear to have, especially when it's like a foot long. You can hear them moving. Put this right there so we can leave later. Dog here. A horrible sight. Luckily it's mummified, else the smell would be awful. Yes. Yep, okay. I've already turned myself around. That's where the ladder was. We are supposed to go that way, but I was thinking there was some stuff, yeah. There's a flower over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Oh, that was a lot of notes. Use a flare just cause. Yay. Ow. More notes. If it weren't for the size of the pieces, I would say it looks like eggshells. Ow. So yeah, I just wanted to use a flare because flares look cool. Beat this with our hammer. Yes. In this game, when in doubt, just beat the crap out of it. Anything else of importance? Oh, we can turn the steam off. There we go. I gotta say, these flares last a good while. I think I can throw them as well. Anyway, put this lighter fluid in our lighter. Nice. Now we can catch things on fire and light lamps and whatnot. Sounds like fun. They're having a party. I wanna be invited. Aw, someone scraped the pizza on the floor. Nasty. This hole isn't large enough for a man. Not that I'd go anywhere near it, even if it was. What burrowed out this tunnel? Don't know, don't care. Phillip needs to learn to not ask questions that do not concern him. I mean, technically it concerns him because it might kill him, but he needs to stop asking questions. Another note. Sweet. Nothing. 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 Thank you for being useless. Got some drawings on the walls. Oh, read it. No, our flare's going out. We just kind of toss it on the floor. Look, we can pick it up. Be like, yeah, flare. Ah, ah, ah. Up. It fell in a hole. Okay. Bye, Flare. This opens. Tongue. Blah. The largest spider I have ever seen, with its gut cut open, carved up. There's nothing useful in here anyway. Wonder what the glow stick's like. Ooh, glowy. Nice. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna call that an episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.